Have you ever noticed how some people seem to walk into every situation expecting the worst, and somehow the worst always finds them? Or how others stride forward with quiet confidence and watch doors swing open that others can't even see? If I told you that the difference between these two realities often isn't luck, talent, or circumstance, it's something far more powerful and invisible. It's a psychological phenomenon called the self-fulfilling prophecy. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your thoughts, your relationships, or your future the same way again. The term self-fulfilling prophecy was coined in 1948 by sociologist Robert K. Merton. He described it as a prediction that directly or indirectly causes itself to become true because of the way people act upon it. In plain language, if you believe something strongly enough, you unconsciously begin to behave in ways that make that belief come true. It's not magic. It's psychology in action. Your expectations shape your actions. Your actions shape how others respond, and those responses loop back to confirm your original belief. Let's make this concrete. Imagine a student who walks into an exam convinced they're going to fail. That belief triggers anxiety. Anxiety makes them freeze during the test. They skip questions they actually know. They hand in a half-finished paper. The low grade arrives, and the student thinks, "See? I knew I was terrible at this." The prophecy fulfilled itself, not because the student lacked ability, but because the belief changed the behavior. The same loop plays out in dating, in careers, in health, even in global economies. One of the most famous demonstrations came from psychologist Robert Rosenthal in the 1960s. He told teachers that certain students chosen completely at random were late bloomers with exceptional potential according to a fake test. Over the school year, those randomly selected children showed significantly greater gains in IQ and academic performance than their classmates. Why? Because the teachers unconsciously gave them more attention, more encouragement, more challenging work, and warmer feedback. The teachers' expectations literally changed how they treated the students, which changed how the students performed. This became known as the Pygmalion effect, named after the Greek myth in which a sculptor's belief in his statue brings it to life. But self-fulfilling prophecies don't only happen in classrooms. They shape entire societies. In the 1930s, during the Great Depression, rumors spread that a particular bank was about to collapse. People who had no reason to worry suddenly rushed to withdraw their savings. The bank, perfectly solvent the day before, was forced to close its doors within hours because it couldn't meet the sudden demand. The belief in failure created the failure. Economists call this a bank run, but psychologists recognize it as a classic collective self-fulfilling prophecy. In our personal lives, the mechanism is even more intimate. Think about relationships. If you enter a new romance convinced that everyone eventually leaves me, you start scanning for signs of rejection. You become guarded, less affectionate, quicker to read neutral texts as cold. Your partner senses the distance and pulls away. Eventually they do leave, and you tell yourself you were right all along. The prophecy didn't predict the future. It engineered it. The same force works in the opposite direction, and this is where the real power lies. Positive self-fulfilling prophecies are the secret weapon of high achievers. An athlete who visualizes victory doesn't just daydream, she trains with sharper focus, recovers faster, and performs with calm intensity. A job candidate who believes they are the perfect fit walks into the interview with open posture, thoughtful questions, and genuine enthusiasm. The interviewers feel that energy and respond in kind. The offer comes through. The belief didn't guarantee success. It created the conditions for success. So how does this actually happen inside the brain? Neuroscience gives us the answer. When we hold a strong expectation, the brain's Reticular Activating System, RAS, begins filtering the world differently. It highlights information that matches the belief and downplays everything else. This is confirmation bias on steroids. At the same time, our mirror neurons and emotional centers prime us to behave in ways that elicit confirming responses from others. It's a beautiful, ruthless feedback loop. Thought becomes action, action becomes evidence, evidence strengthens. The danger, of course, is that most of us run negative prophecies on autopilot. We inherit them from childhood. You're not good with money. You'll never be as smart as your brother. People like us don't get ahead. These stories feel like facts because they've been repeated so often. But they're not facts. They're predictions we keep proving true through tiny, unconscious choices. The good news? Once you see the mechanism, you can hack it. You can replace a destructive prophecy with a constructive one. The process isn't about toxic positivity or pretending problems don't exist. It's about deliberate, evidence-based belief change. Cognitive behavioral therapy calls this behavioral experiments. You act as if the positive belief is true for a limited time and gather new data. Here's how it works in practice. Suppose you believe I'm bad at public speaking. Instead of avoiding every presentation, you decide to test a new prophecy. With preparation, I can deliver value and connect with an audience. You prepare thoroughly. You practice in front of a mirror or a trusted friend. You walk into the room carrying that assumption. Your posture changes. Your voice steadies. You notice people nodding. That single experience weakens the old belief and strengthens the new one. Repeat this enough times, and the new prophecy becomes your default setting. This is exactly how elite performers rewire themselves. Olympic athletes don't just train their bodies. They train their prophecies. They spend hours in mental rehearsal, seeing the perfect dive, the flawless routine, the winning shot. Their brains and bodies then cooperate to make the imagined future more likely. The same principle applies to entrepreneurs who visualize successful pitches, writers who assume their next draft will be their best yet, and parents who believe their teenager is capable of responsibility even when current behavior suggests otherwise. Of course, self-fulfilling prophecies have limits. Believing you can fly won't give you wings. But within the realm of human potential, what we can realistically influence, the power is enormous. The key is alignment between belief, action, and evidence. Empty affirmations without corresponding behavior are just wishful thinking. Real change demands that you act your way into a new belief. So how do you begin rewriting your own prophecies today? Start by identifying the quiet predictions you make about yourself. Listen to the stories you tell when you explain your failures or downplay your successes. Write them down. Then ask, what small action could I take this week that would test a more empowering belief? It doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as smiling at strangers if you believe you're unlikable, or sending that cold email if you believe opportunities never come to you. Collect the new data. Let reality update your software. The beautiful paradox is that understanding self-fulfilling prophecies gives you freedom from them. You stop being their victim and become their architect. You realize that the future isn't written in the stars or in your past mistakes. It's being written right now in the expectations you choose to hold and the actions you choose to take. Think about the last time something unexpectedly good happened in your life. Chances are, somewhere in the background, a positive expectation was quietly at work. Now imagine multiplying that force deliberately. Imagine walking into every important area of your life, your health, your relationships, your career, with the calm certainty that you are the kind of person who figures things out. Watch how the world begins to respond. This is the quiet revolution of the self-fulfilling prophecy. It doesn't promise overnight miracles. It offers something better, a reliable psychological lever that turns small, consistent choices into profound, lasting change. The question isn't whether prophecies shape your life. They already do. The only real question is whether you will continue to let old, unexamined beliefs run the show, or whether you will step into the role of conscious creator. If this idea resonates with you, do one thing right now. In the comments, write down one negative prophecy you've been carrying, and the new one you're ready to test. Share it. Read what others are working on. Because when we make our expectations visible, we make them changeable. And when we change our expectations, we literally change the trajectory of our lives. Thank you for watching. If you want more deep dives into the hidden forces that shape human behavior, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're building a community of people who refuse to let unconscious patterns run their lives. Drop a like if this video gave you a new lens on your own experiences, and I'll see you in the next one, where we'll explore how tiny shifts in perspective can create massive transformations. Until then, remember, the story you tell about yourself is the story you will live. Make it a good one.